Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Jay, the king of odds, and this is Jaysoccertips. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you some of the countries and the leagues where you can actually get low scoring games. Now, some of you like predicting halftime draws, under 3.5 goals, under 2.5 goals, no goal, and the likes. So in this video, I'm going to be explaining to you the countries you have to go to if you're making analysis, or if you're using my match odds ebook, the countries you have to go to get out these games. And in my next video, I might also be teaching you how to make predictions for halftime draws, under 3.5 goals, and the like. So this video will come in handy. If you are new to the channel, subscribe, like, and turn on post notification so you get more future updates from me. So the first country you want to go to, or rather I would say the first region you want to go to is Africa. So when we talk about Africa, we're talking about countries like Algeria, Angola, Egypt, Kenya, Morocco. So when you talk about this, you have to consider that there are some leagues in the countries as well that you go to get this result. So Angola, you have to consider the first league in Angola, which is Girabola. That is the primary league you want to consider in Angola when making predictions. I don't know about the Super Cup, but cup matches in Africa as well gives you under goals. So I will not be bothered if I'm picking from the cup matches, but I usually prefer picking my games from leagues. I just don't like playing cup matches. But if you play cup match, you would also get the same outcome as long as it's in Africa. So Angola, you want to focus on the Girabola League. And then Algeria is another country you have to go to, which is the Algeria League 1. The League 2, they score a lot of goals in this League 2. But make sure you focus on League 1. Another African country you might want to go to is Egypt. So you want to go to Egypt, as this will also deliver under goals for you. The Premier League in Egypt, which is the first division where you have Al Ahly, Zamalek, and the likes. I prefer playing under 3.5 goals from Egyptian league and halftime draws. So make sure you focus on this league when making predictions for under goals. Another African country you should go to is Kenya. The Kenya Premier League and the Super League. Those are two leagues that you can focus on to get low scoring matches. I still have some few more to go. You have Morocco. Morocco will also give you low scoring matches. This will give you low scoring matches. I don't play these other leagues because I might not find them on most bookies that I go to. But the Pro League, they will also give you under goals. Another league you want to go for that I actually like. Sometimes when I play correct score, this is the league I go to, the Nigerian Premier League. Majority of the time, you get games like 2-1, 2-0, 1-0. It's difficult to beat the home team in Nigerian Premier League, except on rare occasions. So it's usually 1-0, 2-0. You can actually use this league to get halftime, full time, to get correct scores if you actually know how to make these predictions. So that is something you have to know about the Nigerian Premier League. You can actually get under goals from this one. So another country you want to go to when looking for under goals in Africa is South Africa. So you can get low scoring matches from South Africa, and you want to focus on the Premiership in South Africa. The other league, the Diski League and all that, I don't really focus on them, but I know I am familiar with the Premier League where you have them Orlando Pirates. So basically, I like playing halftime draws from this South African league, the Premiership in South Africa. So another country that I also recommend to you in Africa is Tunisia, right? You can get low scoring matches from Tunisia as well. So make sure you are focusing on Tunisia, the Liga Professional. And there's also a team that is very, very certain to win in Tunisia. I think it's the Tunisian, I can't remember that team's name, but then I usually pick that team whenever I have it to win at 1.2. Sorry if in this video I cannot remember the name, but that is a very short team. I think it's the top team in Tunisia. But for the rest, you can get halftime draws under 3.5 goals in this. So basically, the entire African League is a league where you can get low scoring matches. Honorable mention also is Uganda. You can get some more under goals from Uganda. And lastly, in Africa, you don't want to joke with the African Cup of Nations. You can definitely get under goals from that. So even if a team has 1.20 to win, it's very possible you play that team halftime draw and it will give you halftime draw in Africa. Now that we are done from Africa and we are done with Africa, I will tell you that another country you want to go for, or another region you want to go for, is Asia. And in Asia, the only two countries I use is India and Indonesia. So if you focus your predictions in India, you will get halftime draws, a lot of halftime draws from that league, and you also get from Indonesia. So India, you want to focus on the Indian Super League. That is where I get it from. I really don't play the I League or the other lower divisions. But when it comes to India, the India Super League is where I get halftime draws from, under 3.5 goals and the likes from. And when it comes to Indonesia, I use both leagues, the League 1 and the League 2, to get my under and halftime draws or whatever predictions I'm making for this particular league. Now that is it for Indonesia, and another region I will take you now to is Europe. So if you want to make predictions for halftime draws, under 3.5 goals and the likes in Europe, you want to make sure you are taking it from the first one, which is Bosnia-Herzegovina. You can get it from here, Lega BH. I think this is the primary league. This is the first league in Bosnia. So you can get that from this particular league, under goals, halftime draws. With a good analysis, you can get it from here. Azerbaijan as well is another good European country that you can get under 3.5, under 4.5, halftime draws and all the likes from. The Premier League in Azerbaijan, you can get it from there. Another place you want to go to is England. Remember in my video for over 2.5 goals and the like, I told you that I don't pick over goals from the championship in England. So that is where I'm taking you back to now in this video. The championship in England is a place where you can get under 3.5 goals. And on some days, they can score a lot of goals. But majority of the time, this is the league that will draw your ticket if you play over 2.5 goals in England. Now, aside from England, there are some special leagues that I know you just have to focus on when it comes to under 3.5 goals, halftime draw. And that is France and Italy. France, the Ligue 1, Ligue 2, and National. But mostly focus on the Ligue 1 and Ligue 2. Because when it comes to National, those guys are now under the amateur category, and they score a lot of goals because it's an experimental league. When it comes to League 1, League 2, you can get halftime draws from the League 1 and the League 2. That is where I go to whenever I want to pick. And also Italy, you can get halftime draws and the like from Italy. And many of the other I gave you my ebook for draws, you can actually find those games in the Italy Serie A and Serie B. And another league you have to go to for low scoring games is Poland, Portugal, and Spain. So I'll take you to Poland and let me show you where you have to focus on in Poland. So in Poland, you want to focus on this is a tough name for me. You want to focus on this league, okay, and this Division 1. These two leagues are where you want to go to for halftime draws, under 3.5 goals, and the likes. Now for Portugal, you want to focus on the Portugal, Liga Portugal, and Portugal 2. So these are leagues that you want to focus on in Europe when you're talking about getting halftime draws. I think I mentioned Spain as well. So you can get that from Spain also, halftime draws from Spain, under 3.5 goals from Spain. This Secunda League as well also delivers that. Problem is that most people will not have the time to go through all these tournaments, in all these leagues in this division, right? So, but if you have the time to go for it, Secunda Liga will also deliver a lot of that for you. But mostly I use the LaLiga and the Liga 2, especially the Liga 2. So now that we are done with Spain, I'm going to take you to the region where I feel is actually the best region that you can actually get all the tips you want to. South America is a league where you get low scoring matches. A lot of them will deliver low scoring matches for you. So these are places where you want to go to in South America. You want to start with Argentina. You want to focus on that, and you want to focus on the Premier B. Or is it the Premier Nacional? I cannot really tell for now, but the first league and the second league is where you want to go to from South America. And aside from that, you want to go to Bolivia. Any South American country will give you low scoring match. So Bolivia, the Bolivia Professional, that is one I go to. I go to the second league as well. This National B, I also use that as well. Now after Bolivia, we'll go to Chile. That is another league I go to in South America to look for low scoring games. The Primera Division and the Premier B. Chile will give you that when it comes to low scoring matches. After that, we head to Colombia. It's another league for low scoring matches in South America. Colombia, the Premier A and the Premier B. Aside from that, you go to Costa Rica. Costa Rica is another place where you find low scoring matches in South America. So I'm trying to run through this video so I don't take a lot of your time. Now, aside from Costa Rica, you can also get it in Ecuador. So I focus on the Liga Pro in Ecuador and the Serie B in Ecuador. And another option you have to go for is Mexico. You can get low scoring matches from Mexico also. So we want to focus on the Liga MX. This is the only place I go to in Mexico because the others are mostly midnight in my region. I have two more to go, which is Paraguay. One of them is Paraguay. You can get your low scoring match from Premier Division in Paraguay, and you can also get from Peru. That is the last option on this list. Peru, Liga 1 and Liga 2. these two places are where I get low scoring matches. So with the countries I've mentioned to you now, if you're to make predictions for under halftime draws, make sure you are using these countries in mind, having these countries in mind when looking for those picks. So make sure to subscribe to my channel, turn on post notification. If you also want to become a member to Jaysoccertips, you want to get my 10 odd tips daily, you can hit me up on WhatsApp. The number will be on your screen or in the pinned comments, or you can hit me up on social media at Jaysoccertips, Twitter, Instagram, Telegram, and Threads app at Jaysoccertips. So I give members 10 odd tips, 4 odd tips, and 2 odd max bet tips. So if you want them, you can hit me up on WhatsApp, subscribe to my VIP membership. Watch the other videos on my channel if you want to learn more about betting odds, how the bookmakers operate, and how to beat them. So guys, see you in the next video. Bye.